Hey folks, a bit of a review on last night's trade. So I got in down here. We were right on this candle down here. It was this candle here. It was bouncing down when I left you. It was this candle here was dropping down. So come back down and retest this equilibrium level of this move here. That's what this level here was the equilibrium of the 50% of this range of this run up and run down, this sort of Z move. Come down and hit that again here, then rallied away and never really gave a second entry. I guess you could have gotten in on this pullback here, and it just took off straight away, ran into New York, kept going higher. I went to bed on it, trailed the stops to break even, I went to bed. And then kept an eye on it through Asia just while I was at work, and I noticed it was rallying back up into this old low, and I took it off. And the other part of the reason I took it off was because we had here on the US index, on the 4 hourly, this is the candle. This candle was a big bullish candle up here at the time when I took the trade. And it then broke down, and the next candle broke down. I went to bed this candle was still on. And I was anticipating this low to be run with the next 4 hourly candle. So then I get up and just go to work, and we're through Asia. We've made this rally back up here. So we've made a higher low. So then, especially on an hourly basis on the US index, we had a low. We'd rallied up here, we'd pressed back down, and then we'd made another low. We'd failed to keep going and make a lower low. So at that point, we just had this big rally up on the US index, and I was looking at this thinking we've come back inside the range. We haven't got any major news for the week. It may well come back up and just be range bound between this low and this high almost for the rest of the week. It might just pin bar around. So I decided that if we got a rally back up into this area, I would pull the trade. It did come up here. It got to within about 30 pips, maybe even 25 pips of our 90, yes, about 30 pips away from our take profit. But at the end of the day, I took 70 odd pips out of it, 75 pips, at about 30 pips risk. It's about 2 to 1 risk reward. So that was a nice little move to get. Euro yesterday, it did bounce from this level, it never got down to here. I was looking for some sort of rejection here maybe. Never got down there, it just bounced straight away with cable, but it failed to make a higher high. You can see here cable yesterday made higher highs. Euro failed to make a higher high. It stayed in line with the US index, which failed to make a lower low. So again, we've got a certain amount of divergence happening. It was also the third press up for cable. We've got to move, another press, and then another press out of this consolidation. So we're coming back down into it now. May form a swing low here and press higher. But it's made a higher high while Euro and US index are making lower highs. So there is a bit of divergence happening there. I can see the Euro coming down to retest this level, running out any stops below here, and then potentially pin barring off this and going higher. That would let cable potentially rally up into this area, which may still be a target. You could even go off the bodies here, and then pin bar back down towards these lows, and then potentially shoot back up again. It may stay range bound for some time. So you can see this channel we broke out of it, but we haven't really broken into anything solid, so we may just go sideways for a time while the market finds its direction. So during that, we need to just be willing to switch directions fairly fluidly as the order flow does its thing. I'm not too keen on going majorly short where the market is now. In fact, I'm not keen at all. It's extended down into this area on cable. It doesn't mean it's necessarily going to bounce from here, but it could do. I'm more more interested in looking for a potential short, possibly going into New York around this area. If we get a rally back up into here, a swing high form, I might look for some shorts here. Euro also, we have now a order block. Downside just formed here. We are forming lower highs. We've not broken into lower lows here yet, but we're inside the range, so it's definitely potential to come back into this area, deeper discount, potentially run out these lows back into the still downside potential there. So a 15-minute chart, that's the hourly order block just created, so doesn't look so great in a 15-minute chart. And I've really missed this move here. This move needed to be taken. I guess you could have taken it on the rally up on this candle here. You could have got short there. I probably would have been more keen to wait for a pullback right into this area the same though. And we're just dropping, so I've probably missed that move. I'll wait for something else to set up now. I'll either come down deeper into here and reverse, or it'll keep going without me. Euro might can come down and then might offer up a retest of this order block, and then you get a breakdown into here. That would give us around 25 pips for around 20 pips of risk, so it's not too bad. You could put a bit of a punch into that maybe, so at least get 25 pips out of that. Euro pound might be looking to roll over, and it's made a lower high with lower lows now, so we'd be looking for this to make a new lower high and go on to make lower lows, keep breaking down. So that tends to suggest that maybe the euro will keep being weak and cable might bounce. So that's about where it's at for me for the moment. I'll come back with you if I find anything down the track. Okay, so Euro has broken clean through this hourly order block level. Didn't close very strongly on this candle, and then broke straight back through. Cable looks like the optimal entry was down here. Off these old highs. I identified it right actually when it was hitting it. I thought it might come a bit deeper. I also thought it might bounce up here and then show some signs of coming back lower. It hasn't done that at all. It's blown straight through. So I would now prefer to get some sort of pullback into this hourly order block here, going into New York, and I might look to get a long on from here to then continue higher, potentially to my initial targets for this trade. For around 26.20 I think is easily gettable. But I would just like to see some sort of pullback into that's the hourly order block level there. So if it does just go straight from here like it did last night, I'll probably miss it. Euro, I'd like to see some sort of pullback at least into, preferably cut through a few candles and get back into this level here. And if it gives me that, I might look at along there. US index on the hourly has closed fairly bearishly. And 4 hourly wise, we've got another week to the upside here, so it does tend to suggest that we might see a breakdown towards these lows, which is a little difficult to read. Certainly from an hourly perspective and a momentum to the upside has been quite strong, especially for cable. I would just like to get some sort of pullback back into this area to get long off and look for a run on this high and up towards 26.20. I do have a small position short on the euro pound. This is a very small position. It's nowhere near my normal lot size. I've got about 50 pip, 60 pips stop on it. And looking for around 200 pips for a run down under these lows. It's a pretty clean head and shoulders. You've got a left shoulder here, right shoulder here. We've broken the neckline, come back up and retest. And a short on that. So we'll see how that plays out. If that stops me out, it's not even 1% risk, it's about 0.5%. And it'll make around 2%, I guess, if it goes down to that level down there. So it's a bit of a swing trade on the euro pound. I don't often trade the euro pound. It's generally more just for confluence on the pound and the euro. But it does seem a pretty clear setup, so I'll let that roll. And we'll see if we can get some sort of pullback here over the next 15 minutes, half hour. If I don't get anything there, then I'll just be cutting it for the night. Just leave that euro pound trade roll out, and that'll be sort of nothing for today. Could have taken it long from this level down here, even maybe after this reaction candle here, and then a pullback, could have gotten it along there. But after the strength of this drop, I was expecting some sort of a pullback and a double bottom, or some sort of higher low to form more clearly. And then we had this, when you get a drop into London lunch like that, you often get a just meandering pullback into New York and then continuation. So, getting a bit of a pullback here now. Wait and see how strong this looks. It's pulling back down, and so I'd like to get an entry around here somewhere. 47, it's not far from where we're at right now. Still think the pound is a stronger buy. It's making the higher highs than the euro. So just a matter of whether I jump in there now, or whether this is potentially going to pull back a little bit further. It's not far off hitting the top of this hourly order block that was formed here. This nice pin bar. It's almost a morning star type pattern. Pull back into it. We're only a couple of pips away from, about 5 pips away from, I guess, where I'm really looking for. Often patience pays off with these. It could well come back down. There's sort of resistance here. Could well come right back down into there. Any stops here need to be nearly 30 pips down. I'm fairly happy with getting along here, I think, and we'll wait and see what we get. targets again back up. Targets back up around 62.20. So we'll see what comes of that over the next overnight, and I'll update you tomorrow. Cheers.